So I'm glad to be with all of you guys today. Thank you for joining again for our second lab with me, Mindy Hershey, your instructor, and your fellow classmates. Remember, you might see some people in here that are not in your class, and that's because I have 2 DGL classes each month. And if I work overtime, sometimes I have 3. So this month it's 2. All right. So I see you guys are talking about your dogs and cats, and I have a little miniature dachshund who's very sweet. So if I do a go-to and she's around, she gets mad if she's not on my lap. She'll push the laptop off of my lap if I don't let her get on my lap. If I'm sitting and have it, like on my lap. So yes, she's very spoiled, very cute. So it's fun. She's only like 5 pounds, so of course, I have to spoil her. So, all right, you guys. So this is going to just be a laid back session. We're going to look at some of the posts that you guys created. I'd like for some of you guys to share some. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're sweet. So if you guys will take a minute, anybody who wants to share, I'm going to give you a few minutes to look up your link that you used for your initial post for last night. And then we'll share those so we can discuss some of the different tools that you guys used. And next week, you'll be using a lot of different Web 2.0 tools this month, and of course, throughout your time at Full Sail, and then naturally, in the professional realm, Web 2.0 tools, cloud-based software applications, all of that good stuff has really, really become very popular. Even Adobe has gone to that. So very important to be familiar with these types of things. So I'm going to stop talking here for a minute and give you guys a couple. Oh, and you know what? Yes, that's correct. Am I showing my screen? I'm not showing my screen, am I? I forget to turn it on a lot of times at the beginning. So remind me when I forget to do that. Can you guys see it now? Okay, awesome. Okay, so anyway, yes, the links for the picture or video or song or poem or whatever it was that you did, if you will post them in the chat box. So, okay, good. Thank you. Michael or Matthew, has got one here. So we'll go through these in order. So I'm going to give you guys a moment and not talk so you can concentrate on getting it if you need a minute to look it up. So how about it in 1 minute we'll resume. So that'll give you a minute to get that link. It's hard for me not to talk for a minute here online. Okay. Okay, and I see that some of you used some like DeviantArt, which is good because I know that's popular. Oh, yours was the wrong link, Matthew. Okay, so if you want to put the correct link up there, that'd be great. Okay, so Alicia, it looks like you've got a link directly to the discussion board or something. I don't think that will work. Okay, so the direct link from whatever tool that you used. Okay, so we'll start with, okay, so we'll go from the bottom to the top here. So, okay, so Mashai has hosted an image on Flickr. So this, I want you guys to share, not only to learn from each other, but also so that if you see something you like, it will give you an idea of what that Web 2.0 tool is and how to use it so you can begin exploring it. So most of you guys are obviously familiar. Yeah, that's definitely the wrong link, right? What in the world? Okay. Most of you guys, oh, I see. Okay, so you just put flickr.com. That's why that popped up like that. Okay. So yeah, I need the actual link, not to the Web 2.0 tool itself, but to your image, your picture, your song, whatever it was that you did. Okay, let me check. Matthew, was this you said wasn't the right link? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. So, okay, the second link then. Okay, so we'll look at Matthews. So yeah, whomever put Flickr up there, if you want to put your actual link, that'd be good. Okay, good. All right, so this is, let's see, what Matt did, a video here. It's taking a moment to load. Things usually work a little slower with the bandwidth when I'm in GoTo here. Okay, so he's got, all right, so Web Warrior sounds like your term that you coined, which is awesome. Okay, so very cool. So obviously you must be a gaming major, Matt, right? That's what yeah, game design. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, very nice. So this is awesome. Very creative. Very awesome. Very awesome. Okay. So good. All right. So we won't watch the whole thing because of, time constraints, but this is awesome. So you guys have the link there in the chat box if you would like to, come back to this and view this further. So very good work. Awesome work. Okay. So that's a great example. So what did you use for this, Matt? Besides YouTube, as we can see here, to host it. What did you use to actually make it? Okay, OBS to record the gameplay. And what does OBS stand for? Open Broadcast System. Okay, cool. So is that a free tool? Okay, good. So that's good. So that might be something you guys want to check out. Open Broadcast System. Okay, good. And then obviously, and so what do you use with the actual putting the videos, like text and all that? Okay, Microsoft Movie Maker. Okay, very good. All right, excellent. And I know that comes free if you have a PC, and if you have Windows, that is. So that's awesome. Okay, good. So some really good suggestions here. And made the music in Acid Pro. Okay, but that's not free. Okay. We'll be discussing ways that you guys can use music next week for free. Tons of more clips than you could ever imagine, like thousands and thousands, with a database called Westar. And we'll talk about that in week 2, actually. But that was really awesome, Matt. I mean, really, really awesome. So very good. So those are some great suggestions for you guys if you're interested. We ended up getting to watch the whole thing, didn't we, since we were talking about it during. So that was good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to look at another one here. Okay, so let's take a look at Alicia's. Yes, virtual applause. I agree. Very, very awesome. Okay, so let's see what this is. Oh, Amazon, for those of you who were yesterday or watched my archive, it's back to normal after their little April Fool's 1999 site. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is good. So that was, I think this was Alicia's, right? Yes. Okay. So Alicia's. Okay. So very good. So she used Microsoft. She used rather Microsoft. I've got Microsoft on my mind now. She used Google Drive for this, which is very good. So she has a very, very detailed description. And she wrote things out talking about, being a digital hybrid and all these different things. So very good, very detailed. So she went the writing route. Are you like a creative writing major, Alicia? Yes. See, how did I know that? So that's good. So so she went the writing route again using a Web 2.0 tool. It's great because with the link with Google Drive, you can share out anything like she did here, which is awesome. And it's got a whole suite of tools and all, yes, complete surprise. Yes, I could have never guessed. And all different kinds of add-ons that you can add on to Google Drive. And we'll be using that a lot. Yes, we're so shocked. So very good work. So good. And see, I really like that when you guys, you'll have a lot more opportunity to, I want you guys through this course, to make these things relevant to your major, to what you want to do, because obviously that way you're learning with your, about your field, practicing your skills, that kind of thing, which is awesome. Okay, so good. So she used Google Drive. So that's, of course, drive.google.com. If you're not familiar with the tool and you have a Gmail account, you can, log right in and access Google Drive. Okay, so let's see. So Dallin used SoundCloud. So on SoundCloud, of course, you can, host your music. So let's see what he's got here. So, Dallin, are you oh, well, you can talk. Yeah, if you'd like to talk about it, you can raise your hand and I'll be glad to let you talk about it because I'm doing all the talking here. So I'm fine with that. Okay, music production major. We couldn't have guessed that, right? So would you like to talk, Dallin? I'll be glad to. So if you guys want to hear, I don't think you guys can probably hear this, can you? Oh, no, you're at work. Okay. So, okay, Juan does. Okay, so I'll let you talk okay, so when I get to you, tell me if you want to work. Oh, you can hear it through GoTo? Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. So, okay, so that's awesome. So what did you use okay, mixture of organ, vocal percussion, trumpet, and drum set, exploring a new yet familiar sound. So that's awesome. So I'll go ahead and like this. All right, so that's very good. Very good. So yeah, like he's showing here. Yeah, you can talk if you want to. Just let me know when I get to your link. So this is awesome because you don't have to necessarily have words to express. I mean, you do on your initial post, of course, on the board to explain it. But this was great because he used a nice instrumental that he created to show this, which is very good. So, and obviously being a music production major, which we're not surprised about either. So yes, so Juan's asking you, Dallin, what your chosen digital identity is. So did you coin a term? Oh, I like that. Okay, digital adventure. Very cool. Okay, so what did you use now to create that? What did you say? Yeah, I like that. I like the relaxed, nice relaxed vibe. Okay, so let's see. You use a mix of different sounds through Maschine. Okay, so what Maschine? Okay, so is that? I don't think I'm familiar with that. Is that a cloud-based or software that uses MIDI instruments? Okay, so it's probably not free, right? No, I didn't think so. Okay. But again, for those of you who do want to incorporate music into things, we will be, you have access to an awesome database with every kind of sound you could ever imagine, especially if you're not a music production major and you don't know how to, do it. And there's, of course, for those of you who will be getting MacBooks, there is GarageBand on that. So I know a lot of you will be able to, even if you don't know it and you don't, like if you're, let's say, creative writing major and it might not get introduced to you in any of your classes, but you could take lynda.com tutorials to learn it. Okay, so that's like GarageBand on steroids. Yeah, good point, good point. Okay, so very good. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's see what we've got next here. Okay. I'm scrolling up to get to some links. Okay, that was SoundCloud. We did Matt's. Let's see. Hold on, I'm scrolling up here. You know what, guys, if you would, because when people put something in, it bumps me back down on the chat box. So for those of you who shared your link and we haven't seen it yet, go ahead and copy, paste that link in again in the chat box here. So it's down at the bottom. Okay, good. Okay. So Juan, okay, now Juan, I think you wanted to talk, right? You don't have to. Yeah, is that a yeah or a you're not sure? You can if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to. So, okay, well, you don't have to. I'll do the talking. I know it's a lot of students, they aren't comfortable at first being, talking on GoTo training, which is absolutely fine if you're not. Okay, so digital slacker. Okay. I see. Is that your feet up? Looks like on the desk. Got your pizza and Coke nearby. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so all right, so obviously it looked like you probably just, had somebody take this image, right? Maybe with your phone. Okay, you made it, and oh, you made it. Okay, what's Gary's mod? It's all digital. Wow. Okay, awesome. So what is that software, Gary's mod? I'm not familiar with that. Is that a freebie, or what is it? Okay, here's Gary's mod. So he did some hashtags here. Let's see. It's a game. Okay. Oh, very cool. Okay. It's a game modification for Valve's Source Engine. It allows you to basically utilize all of the assets wherever you please with them. Okay, so very cool. So that might be something that you guys want to explore. Very creative. Is that, yeah, I can see that now with the different elements. That's digital. Very cool. Very creative. So is that a freebie one or not? I'm guessing it's probably not. Okay, no, not free. And you need a source-based game to run off of it. So for you gamers, you might be interested in that. Very, very creative. Okay, that was awesome. Thank you. All right, so let's see what else. Okay, and then, um, okay, so there's the link to Machine that Dallin put in there for you guys. And by the way, just so you're aware, you can save the chat logs in GoToTraining. So like when we have live sessions like this where there's tons of links, you can save that chat log by going up to File on the GoTo menu bar and choosing Save Chat Log. And you can say, it'll download the entire chat in a document for you. And then that way you have the links, or anything else that you might want from it. Yeah. So just so you guys know that, you're welcome. And that way you're not trying to scramble around and save all these links the whole time, especially like with today where we're doing a sharing session. Okay, so that was good. So this is DeviantArt as his Web 2.0 tool, and then naturally he used the tool that he was speaking of for the game design stuff. Okay, so very interesting, very good. Okay, let's see. So okay, and here's Chelsea's. So Chelsea also used DeviantArt. Okay, very cool. Okay, wow, this is neat. Okay, so what did you use to create that, Chelsea? So obviously she's using DeviantArt as her Web 2.0 tool. And yeah, it's very cute. Oh, so you drew that. Wow, you drew that yourself with pen and paper. Wow, I'm impressed. Very good. Very good. Very cool. Awesome. Awesome. And what was the term that you coined? This is really good. Very cool. And comic markers. Okay, wow. Digibrush. Okay, very cool. So is that a freebie, that tool? Yeah, it's really interesting. And look at that, even the rainbow colors on the brush. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, I know DeviantArt is free, right? But so you used Digibrush was your digital term? Okay, good, good. I can see why, right? And then so I see. So you actually drew this and then took the picture and then uploaded it. Wow. Okay, very impressive. Very, very good. Very creative. So that was a good way then to. So you scanned it. Okay, awesome, awesome. Wow, wow. Very cool. Very cool. All right, very good, you guys. These are awesome. I am really, really, really impressed. So you guys did great work. Did I miss anybody who has shared? So thank you guys for sharing. These are very inspirational, very creative, very good work. Okay, so I don't think I missed anybody. So I say you guys all get a virtual applause, and you guys all should be patting yourselves on the back. Now, if something occurred, I know I got an email from somebody today mentioning that they had not yet posted their digital identity. Remember, deadlines are important, but if for some reason you didn't get to it last night, you can still post it. There will be a 10% deduction I'm required, unfortunately, to take for that initial post being late. But if for some reason somebody, and remember we've got people listening to this archive too, so if for some reason somebody didn't post it, then definitely still post it. Again, unfortunately, the late penalty will apply. But this initial post and the digital the actual post with the file is worth 75 points. So you don't want to miss that, right? And your replies are worth 25 points. So that's really important with the replies, right? Because naturally we are, with the replies, it's extremely important because if you post this initial post and you do an awesome job like this, you don't want to miss out on those replies and only get a C because the 75 is a C. So the replies are very important, being 25% of each week's discussion post grade. So make sure you get those in. The rubric, the instructions say to reply to 2 or more students. But when you look at the rubric, you'll see that you're supposed to reply to 3 or more students. So in other words, what that means naturally is that you can still get a good grade only replying to 2 students, but to get the highest, possible grade, you want to reply to 3 or more students. So you want to check back periodically as people are posting throughout the week, and then you want to respond with a substantive reply. Make sure that there's something called the RISE model, and let's take a look at that real fast. That is good for giving you ideas of how you should respond, or things to help you with responding. So here's the RISE model for meaningful feedback. So you want to give meaningful feedback to your peers for your responses. So here's what somebody might put as a typical reply. I like it. So how many times have you elicited feedback from students in the form of peer critiques and heard the superficial, vague response? So I'm not going to read all this to you. Take a look at this, on your own time. And so there it is, risemodel.com. And this was created by a colleague of mine here at Full Sail. So, she's saying reflect, inquire, suggest, and elevate. So she's giving you ideas of things that you can do when you're responding to students, when you're replying to your peers and giving them feedback. So, for questioning, have you considered looking at this software, let's say, or this web-based tool, or looking at something from this direction, and then, providing feedback rather than just saying, oh, that's cool, or, oh, what did you use? So reflect, inquire, suggest, and elevate. So I would recommend that, your replies are, use one of these. You reflect on something someone did, and you could use all of them or some of them in a reply, but reflecting on what they did, or comparing it, let's say reflecting it to what you did, especially if it's something similar, inquiring as to what they did and how they did it, like we're doing live here in this session, suggesting, things and alternatives, or additions, or, in a constructive manner, naturally. And then elevating, it's always good to give praise as well. when you're responding to each other. So risemodel.com if you want to check this out. And you'll notice that right here, we're not getting into this in week 1, but when we get into week 3 and we talk about the 9 elements of digital citizenship, and we look at issues with like copyright citations and things like that, we'll start a little bit of that next week in week 2 actually. But you'll see that this is the way this is licensed. It's not copyrighted. She didn't copyright it. She used the Creative Commons licensing, which allows other people to use it. And we'll talk more about that and what that is, of course, later in the term, of course. So, this is something that she wants people to share. So again, we'll talk more about what Creative Commons is and the type of licensing and how you can do it if you want to license any of your work in that manner as well. So food for thought. Do take a look at that if you want, some tips on good feedback and how to do that. All right. So very good work, you guys. I'm really, really impressed. I'm going to add a few more tools here to my Web 2.0 page because, I'm finding out about tools this month too that I wasn't aware of. So I've got, quite a few here on the Web 2.0 page. And obviously we talked about some really great tools today. You know what? I don't even think I have SoundCloud on here, do I? I'll have to add that one for one, naturally. DeviantArt, I'll add that one too. And some of the others. So yeah, I'm always adding to this page. So even after the class, you can always share resources with me, and I'll be glad to pin them, and you can come back and look at these things if you're following me on Pinterest or any of my other sources. I've got a lot of things on Twitter too, and tweet a lot of different things. I haven't been using it lately. I need to get back into Twitter because I changed my password. I need to update and figure out what that is. I changed all my passwords recently. So yes, and for some somehow I don't know, I lost track of the Twitter one. So I got to get back in there. But you're welcome to follow me on any of my social media accounts if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn. I know some of you are on LinkedIn, some of you may not be. And we'll talk more about this, LinkedIn a little bit in week 4, actually, because in week 4 we start exploring some different things with you guys as far as talking about like branding and professionalism and utilizing these kinds of tools and stuff. But here I am on LinkedIn if anybody would like to contact, connect with me, which I know in my in the class picture I have dark hair, but that's because I went dark for about a year, but I'm actually blonde, as you can see. that is me. Okay. So you can see my LinkedIn profile is pretty pretty extensive. I've been working quite a few years. But one thing I wanted to bring up to your attention today, if you're interested in looking into lynda.com anytime soon, and we'll talk more about that next week actually with our library session, you do have a free membership with lynda.com, which has over 1,700 tutorials, everything from business to software to, all kinds of things, you name it. So if you wanted to go on there and learn Pro Tools or, something that we talked about today, and you could do a search and see if it's on there, and then you can add those certificates, as you can see right here, directly to your LinkedIn profile, which is pretty cool. So we'll talk more about this again in week 4, but do feel free to connect with me or follow me on any of the social media accounts. So on that note, great work with the posts and things that you guys did for your first discussion. Very good. Went very well. Remember, you can keep adding to that. If there's something that you noticed that you like and you want to go back in and maybe add another digital file because you want to, explore one of these tools that you learned about today or this week by looking at other posts and things, feel free to do that. You can post as many times as you want. You're not required, obviously, to to do more than the one vision file, but you're welcome to do more than one if you'd like to keep exploring with any of these tools. So, and then another thing I wanted to mention to you guys is I was able to get yesterday's archive posted right after the session. Remember, even if you attend a live session and you want to review something, you can always, go back in and review the archive. And then if you guys have started doing your replies, that's great. Remember, you have up until Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get all of 3 or more replies in. Again, you want 3 or more, even though the instructions say 2 or more, because if you look at the rubric, in order to be at that higher A range, you need 3 or more replies. So make sure you get all of those in. Yes, so look at the cheat sheet, the rubric. The rubrics are great because it shows you not only what you need for the assignment to make sure you get everything in, but the other thing is that the rubric is what I grade from. So, like if it says, oh, your replies are worth 25 points, well, that's the criteria that I use on my grades. So that gives you a really good idea. So you know that if you leave something out, that it will be deducted. You can always go above and beyond what the rubric says. So in other words, if you wanted to reply to 5 students, that's great. But in order to maximize, look at that. The left column of the rubric is the excellent category. So that's what you guys want to focus on, right? That far left column of the rubric, which is the excellent category, because that's where we want your grades, right? Want you guys to try and aim for excellence for sure. So that's good. So, and it's great because, you guys are, learning obviously at a lot of different things. You want to challenge yourself. And, I would definitely recommend that the more time obviously you spend doing these things, this is an investment in your future, and in your career and obtaining your dreams with what you want to do. So the more you learn while you're in school, obviously, the better. So don't just ever do the minimum that's required in the class. Always try to reach further and learn more than you need to. I think that's always a good thing. So lifelong learning. I'm obviously a big proponent of lifelong learning. I try to practice what I preach and continue learning different things as much as I have time to do as well. So that being said, it's definitely a good thing to go above and beyond and learn more than required. Okay, so good work, you guys. Again, I am very, very impressed with the work that you guys did for your first initial, for your initial discussion board. Very good. So another reminder for this week is to make sure that, the other thing I posted yesterday was I posted the Getting Started with Diigo. Or actually it's using Diigo with the Chrome browser. Because for assignment 1.5, I think that Chrome is the easiest way to use Diigo, but you can it works with Internet Explorer, it works with Firefox, it works with Safari, and Chrome, of course. So you can use any browser you want for 1.5, and do look at my tutorial if you haven't had a chance to do that. It's on the community discussion board for 1.5. And as a reminder, each time you go to the community discussion board, make sure that you toggle newest first, because that's how you're going to see what's there. So you definitely, again, need to toggle newest first and then scroll down from there, because for some reason they've got it set to where it gives you the oldest posts when you jump onto the community discussion board. So always on that right side, toggle newest first so you can scroll down and see the latest posts and you don't miss anything. So good. And then remember also, again, as a reminder, to check announcements frequently. I haven't posted any under announcements since Monday, but I posted lots of things on the community board and the 1.4 board this week. So check back for those posts. Make sure you read everything that I post and that you watch all of the instructional videos. Even if you feel like you've got the assignment understood fully, watch my videos just to make sure that you don't miss anything, because I do show you how to do the assignments and tell you everything that you need so that you guys can do well on them. Good? Okay, so on that note, you guys have been very participative. I really appreciate you guys sharing your resources. Again, excellent job from everybody. And does anybody, before we close out the session, does anybody have any questions? Now's your time to ask, of course, so you don't have a delay if you send me messages. Okay, all good? So good. Yeah, you guys are really good. Yes, and the attendance link is under materials, and I'll give it to you here too. I'll pop that up in the, put that in the chat box. So remember, it's the same link for all of my labs, so I would recommend bookmarking it or adding it to your Diigo account so that you guys have this and you can just, click on that link whenever, especially if, for those who are watching the archive. I always give you the link in the live lab, but if you're not in the live lab, I would certainly recommend bookmarking it so that you have it handy after you watch the lab. So today's phrase, what is today's special phrase or topic? Today's phrase is we had some awesome examples of digital visions today, or digital identities today. You could say either one. So we had some awesome examples of digital identities today, or visions. And I'm going to copy and paste that for you in the chat log. So that's today's special phrase or topic. You are welcome. There it is. So that is, and thank you guys for sharing. So that was, again, that's our special phrase or topic you want to plug in as proof that you attended either the live session or the archive if you're watching this by archive. So on that note, we will go ahead and close out today's session. Thank you guys for a very creative, interesting session of showing your good work. So on that note, you guys have an awesome afternoon. Thank you. And I will see you online.